Good morning, Becky and Diane. Welcome. I'm a bit early on here, but I thought I'll just go a little bit over time as well. So I'm going to iron all of these flat because I want to cut out. I want to make like a patchwork, not a patchwork, but basically a patchwork dress. So I have all of these. So I have all of these ones, which I think is beautiful. And I do think they will play nice together. And they're all viscose. Good day, Jan. You made it. Welcome. So I want to iron them all flat so that I can cut out for the dress. And good morning, Becky. I'm not sure. I basically want it needs to be like a baby doll, just above my waist, and then just to on top of my knee. Because I've looked at my wardrobe and I realized that is something that I really need for summer. I've been realizing I do gravitate towards my knee-length dresses, and I only have two. The long ones are really nice, but when I'm sewing, I find my dress gets stuck in the, stuck. Okay, Jan, I'm sorry. I see that YouTube is trying to hold your last message for review, and I don't know how to get it to unreview it. So I'm just going to read it. You did miss the last ones, daily vlogs this week, because you've been very busy. Let me see if I can release it. Show. No, it doesn't want me to. Sorry, Jan. So yeah, I don't expect anybody to be here. That's fine, Becky. I do understand. So just join us. That would also be nice. Let me just see. What did you say? Why? You won't be able to type in the chat. Okay. I will be putting you up on TV in another room as I'm sorting through some clothes. Oh, good. Wonderful. Okay. Don't worry about chatting. Like I said before, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do anything over here. This is literally just an hour of doing whatever you need to do. And if you need accountability, then I'm a bit early. I was 5 minutes early. Sorry, Diane. Good morning, Diane. How are you? Yeah, this is to get the stuff done when we don't feel like doing it. So with ADHD, I don't know if you guys know it, but it's called body doubling. So when you have ADHD and you need to get something done, it helps to have somebody just sitting with you or just chatting to you while you're doing it. I'm just going to put the fan on over here. So back to body doubling. Yeah, now your computer is okay. Everything is fine. I was just standing here waiting for it to start. And I thought, well, I'll just come up early and I'll stay a bit later, or I'll stay my normal time. But I was a bit in a hurry. So back to body doubling. With ADHD especially, you struggle to start or you struggle to continue because your brain literally just goes in overdrive and think of the next thing and the next thing and the next thing to do. But when you do body doubling, that is when, yes, it really helps, Jan. That is when somebody is there with you while you have to get something done. Then your brain doesn't want to disappoint them. So you're more likely to continue and finish it with an ADHD brain than you would be if you were on your own. This for me, it really helps that you guys are here because it keeps me going. or I would have looked at it for a while ago already. Don't feel like it. There's something else that's more shiny. I'm going to do that rather. But this way, I have to get the stuff done because I said I would, and there's people keeping me accountable. So thank you for doing body doubling with me. So anyway, back to the dress that I want to make. I have been needing, in my wardrobe, there's only 2 knee-length dresses. I love wearing dresses in summer, especially when it's really hot, because then the wind can just blow through. And what do you think of my shirt? It's done. I've worn it now today for the first time, and I actually don't mind it too much. I thought I would not like the collar and everything. It actually is really not too bad. I had to go to a meeting earlier, and it was on the other side of Cape Town, basically. But when you go there, Rondebosch, when you go to that side of Cape Town, it's against the mountain, and it is just so beautiful. So, yeah, I actually got dressed up. I even have earrings in, and then I've got a earbud. Hopefully it will help for the sound. But I hate having earbuds in my ears, and they fall out. This ear is okay, but the other ear, oh my goodness, nothing want to stay in there. So I'm hoping with this, I'm going to use up all these pieces. They're all... Michelle, good morning. Oh, good afternoon, Michelle. I'm going to use up all these pieces. They're all like a viscose or a soft, yeah, I think they're all viscose, or rayon. And those two play nice together. So I want to make like a patchwork dress, but big patches. Literally like when we were little. Don't know if you guys did it, but you just took all the different pieces and sewed them together. I remember my mom once, my cousin always had fancy dress parties for her birthday. And I think my mom made us pants like that when we were little for this fancy dress party. And we were hobos for the party. I think that was the only thing that didn't take up a lot of fabric, and I don't think my mom had lots of finances to do a proper costume. But anyway, we thought we were very cute. And then we made our hats. You know when you make those paper hats that you fold like this and fold over? That was our hats. Sorry, I can't see. The book. Oh, I can't. Ay, the boho. The boho. Welcome. Yes, South Africans, we're all coming together here, and with the rest of the world. That's the fun part. Welcome here. It's so nice to see you. What do you like to sew? Tebelgo. So I don't know if you know, but I've been struggling to get back into sewing because who else is here? Pascal. Hi, Pascal. That looks like Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but it looks like Spanish. Pascal Sehole. Are you also South African? Okay. So, wow, I've got a few South African friends over here. So, for those of you who are new, I have been struggling to get back into sewing after traveling and everything. And I just spoke to everybody and said I need accountability. So we've started getting together every day for an hour, usually around this time. Sometimes an hour earlier or an hour later, but it's usually around this time. And then everybody brings their sewing, and we sew and we chat and just get stuff done. Mzansi. Oh, okay. Sorry, Pascal. I didn't recognize that. Mzansi is Joburg, Pretoria, that area, if I understood it right, isn't it? And Mzansi is like a combination of different languages. So yes, in my wardrobe, who's this? This is also Ely Jones. Oh, you're having a lot of rain over there. We're only having wind. So I'm in Cape Town. The wind is blowing us away. I said earlier I had to drive. Avetandwa. Avetandwa, I am making a dress. But these are just scraps. I need my wardrobe, I only have 3 dresses at the moment, or 2 knee-length dresses, and with the heat here in Cape Town, I need something that is flowy and that can let the wind just through, and I need it knee length. So I'm going to put all of these scraps and leftover fabrics together, because part of this 30 days of sewing every day for an hour is to sort out my wardrobe and get stuff done. But one of my rules to myself is I'm not going to buy anything. I need to make it out of what I have. So I have all of these scraps. They're all rayon or viscose, and I think they will play nicely together. So we are just going to make like a, not a quilt, but like a scrap collection, sew them all together in different patches, a patch dress, like basically a patchwork dress. And then I'm going to make a dress. But for now, I'm just ironing everything flat so I can see what I have to work with. And most likely I'm not going to finish it today, because the other thing I also want to work on in this hour today is I have a pair of pants. Let me just grab it. It's my favorite pair. My friend used to wear them in America, and then she gave it to me. And I've been wearing it since 2017 basically. But the waistband is now at the point where it is not happy anymore. So if you look there, the waistband is literally like falling apart on the edge, but the crotch is very low. So I'm just going to unpick the waistband, or maybe I will just cut it off on the side. And also this elastic is stretched out. And then I'm just going to overlock it and then fold it over with another elastic, and then I can wear these bands again. So we need to unpick also. Now I've been seeing quite a lot of I used to make like patchwork skirts, a lot of them, and I used to love making them. I had a dance group at one stage, a worship dance group, and we didn't really have money for performing clothes, so I had tons of scraps, and I sewed it all together with like the tiered skirts, and all the ladies who were dancing with me each got a skirt, and then we would wear like different colored t-shirts with it. And that was our performing outfit. And it actually worked so well. That was like in the 90s still. So I've always liked patchwork things, but I see they're really in fashion at the moment. So that is nice. So it gave me an excuse to use up my scraps, or to try and use up my scraps and make something that I will wear. And if I wear it for 2 or 3 seasons, because this fabric, it does disintegrate if you wash it a lot, but it's fine. I want something for this season and maybe next season or the season afterwards, and if it's then turned into dust cloth, then it's also fine. What are you guys sewing on today? I know, Becky, you said you're busy sorting out your wardrobe, and I don't know what everybody else is doing. Who's that? Diane, what are you making? Oh, there's Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Good morning. Michelle. Yes, it did turn out well. I was, like I said earlier, I was a bit dubious about it and not sure I'm liking it. But I went to a meeting today, and I had to look kind of corporate, so I put this on, and it actually is really nice. Okay, so Jane, you're packing your kit for a job this afternoon. Diane, oh, thank you, Diane. Yeah, like I said, I didn't think I would like it, but it's not bad. So I will wear this. Thank you. A friend gave me this fabric when I visited her recently, and she has her own label, Katie's Design in East London. It's beautiful stuff that she makes. And this was fabric that was left over from, I think, her summer range last year. She's so sweet. So she gave me this fabric, and I made this shirt, and the other fabric, actually I have the leftovers over here. I made a dress out of, and I love it. It's 100% cotton, and it's block printing from India. So the reason I can put my iron down is just because it's got this cover. In South Africa, you can find them in Takealot, on Takealot. Oh, okay. So Debbie, you're knitting that sweater, if I remember right. I do have good friends, and I'm so thankful for each one of my friends. But you know what I've learned through the years is you sometimes hear that expression, it takes one to know one. And if you are a good friend to your friends, then 80% of the time, they will be good to you as well. Oh, yes, I remember. I need to get knitting again. Ooh, Michelle Turner, you're making sourdough bread today and scones. Having a break from sewing. Good. Some days you do need to have a break from sewing. Yeah, I made sourdough yesterday. I baked it this morning, and I forgot to shape it. So I walk into the kitchen this morning wanting to put the oven on, because I usually bake in my Dutch oven. And I walk in, and there's my bread unshaped, still in the bowl that it was supposed to rise in the afternoon. I totally forgot about it. So I took the whole thing out. I just like loosened it up with a bit of olive oil, and I just plonked it into my pot, and I baked it, and it actually didn't come out too badly. I'm quite chuffed with the end result. Oh, you're knitting socks, Ruth. I've got second sock syndrome. So my first sock is finished, and it came out really nice, and now I need to knit the second one. The second one, I've got the cuff this far, and every time I start, I get to a certain point and it's like, I'm done now. But I also think it's part of the problem with it being so hot. I don't do well to knit when it's hot. I think I need to get my linen out. I've got some linen that I bought for a summer stock. Maybe I should start working on that. Because then I can knit without getting too hot and bothered from the wool. So I said in my description box this morning that we are going to sew and talk about Christmas presents. So I don't think I'm going to get around to sewing, but let's talk about the Christmas presents. So one of the things I want to do is make like not pot holders. You know when you make a bag that you can put your pot plant in? So I've got this again. This was this a? No, this was given to me. I've got this sample of this piece. It's not a big piece. I think it was the upholstery where I bought the scraps from. And I want to make Kylie Hoffman. Yes, I am from South Africa, Kylie. I want to make like one of those round bags, but I will add this piece on the side, give it a round bottom at the bottom, and then just bind it. And then you can put a pot plant in, because I need to make some of those so that we can put like biltong and chocolate and stuff for corporate gifts for my sister's business. So that is a thing that you can do. So I will do this in one of the next live sessions that's still coming up. And then you can also make oh, that's a good idea. You knit them all together. That a roof. I know I also sometimes do that, but at the moment, because this is a colorwork sock, I found that there was just too many balls of yarn. I just got completely overwhelmed with all the yarn running around, so I stopped and I just knitted them one at a time. Kylie. Oh, sorry, it's Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Sorry. I don't have my right glasses on at the moment, so I can read through there, but I have to lift my head like this, and then I have to like squint to see properly. So if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean that. Hello, Kyle. How are you? And welcome over here. Over here, it's a sewing channel, and we are doing a 30-day challenge. We are doing a 30-day challenge of sewing every day for an hour, because there's a lot of us who stopped sewing and who find it overwhelming, and now we are just getting together every day around this time, maybe a bit early or a bit later, and sew and chat, which is really fun. And I ironing out my scraps because I want to make a dress out of it. Oh, back to the Christmas gifts, guys. So this is sweshwe. Sweshwe is a South African fabric, and it gets printed on, and before you wash it, Detroit. Oh, hi. I can't read your name. Let me see if I can see it. I'll have to bring you closer. Kuyaish. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Cuuiya. Kuyisha? Sewing Closet. Welcome over here from Detroit. Oh, how awesome. So back to sweshwe. It's a South African, there's a mill in the Eastern Cape, the Gama, that still prints it, and they print onto cotton. So this is 100% cotton, but it's got a lot of starch in it. So at one stage, they would have like a competition every year for the grade 10 students in the schools, and then the students could design like a range, I think it was like 7 or 8 pieces, and then get somebody to make it or make it themselves. And then the one who, the top 10 of the designers in that area, they could then make it and have then there was a fashion show, and the winner won, I think, a sewing machine and and lots of fabric and stuff. So a few years in a row, I was doing a lot of matric dance dresses. So all of the dance girls, all the dance dress girls knew about me, and they would come to me because all of them would enroll into this competition. And so I sewed up quite a lot of these ranges for these girls. And this was like the Gama would give you fabrics to work in, and this was like the first mock-up, and then she just left it with me. So because it's quite stiff, even if you wash it, it does get softer, but I have just not had the energy to sort that fabric out. And it's also cut up because it was a mock-up. Oh no, it's not my clothes. It is a bunch of scraps because I sew a lot, and then I don't know what to do with the scraps. This was a top that I made for someone. And so I'm busy ironing all the scraps so I can sew them together and make a dress out of it. Because when you want to do like a scrap something, it's best to just iron everything out, because then you can see what you have to work with. So it's all of these little scraps. So back to the Gama. They had this competition every year, and I would make all these things for the girls, and then their scraps they would also leave with me. And so I've ended up with lots of pieces like this, which is already cut up, but it's not really, it's like cut on the bias and stuff like that. And so this, I want to use this year to make more of those pot holders, or like pot bags, where it's literally like that, like this, and then it's got a circle at the bottom, and then you fold it over like this, and you can put a pot in there, or you plant or whatever. But I'm going to use these as pieces for what do you call that, hot mats, I think it's what it's called. You know, when you take something out of the oven and you burn your hands, so those little mittens. But I'm not making mittens, I'm just making the squares out of this, and I'm going to make maybe 4 of them, just because there's 4 people I want to give them to. But I spin yarn, and I have all of this sheep wool that came straight off the sheep, and these are the pieces that's too short. Now usually when you spin yarn, you want, as I see there's a bit of a longer piece, but you want longer than that. That's a bit, you can spin with that, but then it's very clumpy. So I keep all the shorter pieces, because this is wool, and wool doesn't burn. And then what I do, when I do pot holders and stuff, I just fluff it out like this. And you can mat it. You mat it by putting it in water and some sunlight soap, and then you just go like this, and then they all stick together. So I might go and do it. And then this is what I use for the batting in the pot thingies, and it works really well. So this is something you can make for people for Christmas, because we all have somebody we know that really loves baking and cooking and stuff, and you can never have enough of those. I mean, we have 3, and there's always too little. I've burned my finger again today baking bread because this stupid thing had a hole in. So yes, I'm going to do that for Christmas gifts. And like I said, I've made a bag for a Christmas gift, and I might make a few more bags. I'm just fetching it. So bags are always a nice gift for Christmas. And this one has a zip over there for another little pouch in it. And then what you can also do for Christmas gifts is we have a lot of lavender growing in the garden. And you can make these little strawberries, which is so cute. I won't make it as fancy as this. I will just use normal fabric and put a little bit of a ribbon on the top. And then you can put lavender in it. So this could be like a Christmas tree decoration, or you can put them in your drawer with the lavender in. So I'm going to make a few of these. This one feels like it has a, yeah, it does have a, something in it. But yeah, I'm going to make a few of these also that I can just use as stocking fillers for people. And there's one friend I'm going to make a pair of pajama pants for. Pajama pants are always nice to make because it's so quick. And I know my friends always get excited when I make them pajama pants. But I just make shorty pajamas, you know. It's just covering everything so you don't, especially for summer, so you don't have everything floating around. Those are very nice. And then I'm not going to knit this year. Last year I was in a cold climate, so then it was nice to knit for people. But I don't want to knit in winter, or in summer. So there's not going to be any knitting gifts. Are any of you working on Christmas presents already? Okay, we're almost done with ironing all these pieces, and I'll cut them out later. Last part. So this is a rayon. I made a top out of it. And oh, you're thinking about it, Jan. what are you planning on making? But anyway, the back to this rayon, it when you wash it, it's in. But then as you wear it, it pushes out. And the top that I made out of it, I really didn't like it. I liked the top, but firstly I gave it a frill, and this fabric just frayed like crazy, even though you couldn't give it a proper roll hem because it was just too thick. So I tried to do a roll hem on the overlocker. That didn't work. It just kept on pulling out. In the end I had to sit by hand and do the hem around the neck, and it was just no fun. So I'm just going to add this because I like the print. I'm just going to add this to the dress, and if it does pull in a little bit, that's not a problem because the dress is not going to be fancy. It's literally one of those that I want to wear at home and just be comfortable when I'm working. And I might even just put a few pieces in between all the, because I want to make it like a tiered dress, and put a few pieces in between on the tiers, but do the sleeves on the big piece like this. I think that could be really nice because I like the feel of this fabric. Some doll's clothes. Okay, so Jan, you said quick and easy things. Some doll's clothes. You want to make shopping bag holders, which are quick, and some scrap busters. That sounds like a nice fun thing to make. Yeah, I also want to make some tote bags. I actually want to make some in this fabric because I have so much of it. And I know I find that a lot of the tote bags that you get, we have a place called Woolworths here. I know there's some in England, but it's not the same as our Woolworths. Our Woolworths is more upmarket, and it's really nice. So their bags are quite nice. I want to use that size and make some bags, tote bags that I can give as presents. And we can also then use them to fill them up for the corporate gifts for my sister's company. So that would work. Yesterday I had such a giggle. So my sister and I, we share a house, and we were walking at all the shopping malls. Have there, Michelle, Stasia J Studio did some nice bowl warmers, and so Carol did some nice glass cases. Oh, that's a nice idea. I'll go and have a look. Thank you. Um, so we were walking, and there's all the Christmas decorations are up. And she turned to me, she's like, "Are we going to put up a Christmas tree?" And it's like one turned to each other, it's like, "No, that's too much work." So I don't think we're going to do anything like decoration for Christmas. Thank you for that advice, Michelle. I'll definitely go and look at Stacia J Studio and at So Carol. I know So Carol. Carol always comes up with the nicest things, nicest ideas. I love how she thinks. She's such a cool person. When I was in England, I had the opportunity to meet her, and the person you see there is the person she is. She is just gorgeous. Last piece. Let's get this done, and then I can get over to my pants. This is the only thing when you do patchwork things. It's so much work just to prep the things. Yeah, she does have. So Carol have quite a few quick ideas. She's really good at that. I find Dizzy Quilts also have Easy Quilt. No, Dizzy Quilts from Easy from Dizzy Quilts. She also have some really nice ideas always. She does the most beautiful quilts, basically quilt ideas. I know last year she had those muck warmers. I think it's what it's called, or muck place match. It was really cute. I haven't got around to making them, but yeah, it was just nice seeing her making it. There is. There's some really nice bloggers on YouTube. I love Carol, and I also really like watching Izzy and Becky. She's busy with her wardrobe today. Really go and visit her. Her things are also always. She does more lives, and it's so interesting that she does. She's so multi-talented, and it's so nice to see what she comes up with. Who else is there? Estelle she's from Italy. I think Becky actually put her name on her group the other day. Oh, back to the group. Remember on the community page, if you've done something in this time and you want to post it so that everybody can see it, you can go on my community page and you can post a photo of what you've made. And then we can all see what everybody else is making. If you want, you don't have to. Okay, we are done with this. Let's go over to my sewing machine so I can unpick. I cleaned my sewing room today, and I'm really chuffed with the end result. Oopsie. Is this still working? I'm just going to take it out. It's irritating me. So, yeah, it's nice and tidy and clean. Very thankful for that. And look at this. I also put up hooks for my scissors over here. I love doing those little things that Just makes such a difference. Okay, I think we are just going to unpick this because although, no, it's not thin there. So it's really, really threadbare over there. And I'm going to cut it over there and then just cut that part off, this inside part, and then just fold it again and make the elastic tighter. It feels like it's still okay. I think I've just lost a bit of weight, so it's a bit loose. The joys of sewing. You will always end up unpicking. Sometimes because you've messed up, and sometimes just because. And it's okay. Huh, can't see. There. It is time consuming. I agree. I wish you could click your fingers and then it's done. Okay, just remember why I don't like collars. When I sit and it goes forward and it touches my neck, I freak out. But it's okay. I can do this. You know what? I've just remembered I have a scale tool, and that sometimes works well for unpicking. Look, let's use that. This one, my granny used to use this, and this one, my friend got me. Oh, I found my little clipper. I was looking for this one. Huh, now I know where it is. Oh, I wanted to show you this as well. I've seen them around, but this is it's my piece of wood. It's a buttonhole maker. Oh, I don't know where my wood is. Put it together. But anyway, you have a piece of wood, and then you have that. I must actually have it sharpened with my dad when I go down to them now for my mom's birthday in December. And then you push it into the buttonhole. Yeah, it's very blunt, and you can cut your buttonholes. Yay! He's gonna be so happy. Oh, because you finished the one jacket the other day, so you finish his pants now. Well done, Diane. Oh, there's another quick and pick. Huh. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Don't get distracted. Okay, the sweatshirt was for Joe. Okay, now you've done the lame's pants. You're getting there. So let's see if I can do this better with this one. I think it's blunt. Okay, no, that's not working. Let's try this one. Yay! Okay, this works. So you open it up like that, and then you just cut the threads. It's working. The joy of unpicking. Becky, I know you can't write today, but we are just a quick note. We're cheering you on. You're going to get that cupboard sorted out. Keep going, darling. And those of you who are knitting, enjoy that tick tick of the needles. That is the best. I really love that sound. I also love this sound, strangely. I'll stop talking so you can hear it too. That's such a cool sound. I can't tell you how long I've been thinking I need to sort this pants out. It's like these moments where I'm just so thankful for these hours, this hour that we spent together, because I am really getting stuff done. Ruth, I know, it's the nicest sound. I quite like it. Well done, Becky. What is next? I think, Michelle, you're right. But then I can start new things. Think how nice it's going to be after 30 days not to have all these things hanging over our heads, like the socks we need to finish. Maybe I should take a day and just finish those socks. Think of how much I can get done in an hour when I just sit and knit with you guys. Rest, that's good. I hope you're making yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate, whatever you like to drink, and just sit back. Because Becky, you really work hard. I mean, you've renovated your house, you're laying floors, you've done all those dresses. No, give yourself some time off. Good girl. I will be your advocate. I wonder if my friend Ford found this. It's really nifty. Heating up your coffee. Good. Well done. We have a tea here called rooibos tea, and it basically grows wild in the mountains around Cape Town. Oh, it's the best. I'm sure I've seen some at Trader Joe's. So this afternoon, a friend came over. She's my neighbor on the other side of the room, of the street, and we walked together. And so we had a nice cup of rooibos. And another friend visited, and she left me some of her fancy rooibos. And I always thought, oh, people are over, you know, why do you have to have the fancy one? But there's really a difference in taste. It was such a nice afternoon tea. So what do you guys like to drink? Tea or coffee or hot chocolate? Or chai tea? Or whatever. I prefer coffee, but I also love hot chocolate. Sometimes too much, especially in winter. All of the above. Well done. So you also know rooibos. I think you have had rooibos before, Becky. I think you showed once drinking rooibos. Yeah, when it's really hot, rooibos is so refreshing. And it's very high in antioxidants. So, hot chocolate or tea. Oh, Ruth. Ruth, I love your picture. That's so cute. Yesterday after our our live session, I sat down and I sorted out all the blocks, and the ones I have to unpick, I haven't done it yet, but I've basically done all the blocks the way, put them together so they're ready to start sewing. Like I've had it before, the few ones I had before with the paper clip, I've now done all of them. And I have 24 blocks in total, and I think it's going to be enough. It looks like it when I lay it four next to each other, and it looks like it's going to work. Who's this? I heard a YouTube Suez saw one time that she spent the evening with Jack the Ripper. Oh, that's brilliant. I might just follow her example and call it Jack as well. Oh. That's one of the things with upcycling is some people just cut things, but you win so much more. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a rug you hooked a few years ago. That is really stunning. What was I saying? Oh, sometimes I see people just cutting out and leaving the seams. So if it's really sewn tight, then I do it too. But I prefer to unpick everything because sometimes you just need that centimeter, and then you don't have it, and then it doesn't come out. Yeah, I also like a variety. I like chai tea, but not. That's a special occasion drink, and then I want the froth and the sweetness and everything. It's like a dessert in a mug. But cocoa, I prefer cocoa above hot chocolate. Frog, rip it. I like that. Frog, yeah. Sometimes I call it frog, but I thought frogging was more for knitting. But yeah, rip it. That's hysterical. Oh no. Now I'm going to have it in my head for the rest of the evening. Oh. So I don't know if you guys see, I had a haircut yesterday. Look, I don't have all the fluff. It's just all tidy now. Very chuffed. Looks like my hair is growing, and I'm very chuffed about that too. It's so nice when the wind blows through it. You know, you don't think about it. If you don't have hair and you stand in the wind, you don't really feel the wind. You feel the wind, but it feels funny. Now it's short, so I don't feel it, but it will grow back very quickly. I mean, I had a haircut 6 months ago, and you saw me last week, for example, how fluffy my head was. So I'm not worried. It was just getting too much, all the fluff. We're getting there. It's only this part that's left over. I heard the most interesting thing now that we're talking about frogs. And, that's also an ADD thing. I don't know if you know it. But when you're working with an ADD person, I know most of you are, but you don't realize it. So with ADD people, somebody will say, for example, red. And then people will start, as an ADD person, you start talking about, remember that time when we were visiting that person, and then most people get irritated because they're like, how do you get to this point now? It's so random. Well, then you continue and you're like, remember, there was a red mailbox in front of their house. So that's what red now triggered. So I'm really reading this, rip it. And I don't know if you know, but I think it was in like the 40s. They found that the African ghost frog, I think it's called, was apparently, what did they do with it? They used it to test for if you were pregnant. Your grandson Lime is ADD. Yeah, so remember, he's going to talk about random things. It's not random. You said something that triggered his brain, and he now needs to tell you about it. So these frogs were used to test if women were pregnant. So I think they made it like they turned the color if you put pee on them and if you were pregnant. So they exported them to all over the world. And they are really hardy frogs. So then in the 90s, the whole world population's frogs were, over the whole world, the frogs were dying out. And when they started doing research, they found the frogs that's in water from the tap, they survived. But the ones who were in the wild, they would all die out. And when they did more research, and they found it was a certain fungus that the African frog was really hard. Oh, then in I think it was 1960 or 70, they found another way of testing if somebody was pregnant. And so they didn't need the frogs. So a lot of the labs released these frogs wherever they were, like the Amazon and in America and Europe. And suddenly all the native and Australia, the native frogs were dying because these frogs, they're immune to this specific fungus that grows on them, but the rest of the world's frogs weren't. And they almost the whole, like, I think it was like 80% of frogs were killed in that time before they figured out what it was. So now they have hunting parties, like I know in Australia there's hunting parties that go to kill those frogs because they're actually quite a problem. So yeah, it's been interesting. Our innocent African ghost frog has caused a massacre of frogs all over the world. Almost there. Look, you only have this part left. Whoop. So I'm looking at this elastic. It's actually, let's see, does it go back to its shape? I actually think I could reuse it just in this. Then I have to unpick that part because the elastic was sewn onto the thing. But my aim is to use what I have and to use up all the scraps of stuff. So I'm just going to reuse it and just make it tighter. I don't need to worry about elastic. Now, last night I got a weather warning. Here goes your ADD. I have a frog tattooed on your foot. This is Diane. I did it because frogs can eat anything that bothers them. It reminded me to not let things bother me. Oh, that's brilliant! Diane, I love it. It's so cool. If you bother me, I'm going to eat you. Another thing, I don't know if any of you spin yarn, but the sound of the spinning wheel, if you like sounds, that is just, oh my gosh. If I'm really stressed or overwhelmed or overstimulated, take my spinning wheel and I just sit and I spin for an hour. I think one of these hours we need to do that. I'll just sit and spin, not talk. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I think I can. Not talk for an hour. I think I can. Yes, we did it. Let's cut it. I am really chuffed with this. I can't believe it took me so long to sort it out. I walk around and these pants keep on falling off now for months. And I've just been too lazy to sort it out. And now I figure out it's not that, I've always known it's not hard. Do you also sometimes have that problem where you know something that you have to do, and you know it's not going to take you long, but you just don't feel like it? Or in your head, you've made it such a big problem that in your head it's a big thing, but your conscious, your subconscious mind is telling you it's not a big thing, and then you just keep on um, pushing it out of your head so that you don't have to do it. I hate it when I do that to myself because this was really not a big thing. And now I can wear these pants without feeling uncomfortable. Like I said before, I'm a hazard to myself. There we go. Let's unpick the elastic. That's easy. So if you look at the elastic up there, I don't know if you can see. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Focus? Nope. Focus. So anyway, this one doesn't have 2 lines of sewing. It only has 1. So the straight line, you pull that. You also do that, and yeah, it's so irritating. Now for this, you're not going to use your scalpel. You're just going to use a normal pick and pick because all you want to do is just lift it out. Jan, I'm so happy to see I'm not the only one. I psych myself out. That's such a good way of explaining it. And then you just pull it, and then the whole thing comes loose. Hello, Valentino. Hello, Valentino. Come, let's show you how cute you are. Come here. Come here. Come. Good, come. Ooh. He loves giving kisses. He's getting so big. He's 9 months now. Can you believe it? Good boy. Yeah, he's very pretty. His name is Valentino. He's my sister's dog, but I love him. He's really a sweet soul. Now you sometimes get a dog that's just so relaxed and calm. And I had a husky, Sinatra. Loved him to bits, but oh, he was a handful. And then I inherited Malish. She was a golden retriever. Whole pair of your husband's trousers. It took forever. He's 6'10", and in a struggle to get pants his size, I'm using unpicked pair as a template to make a new one. Wish me the best. Michelle, well done. But that's quite a big thing. Yo. Okay, this elastic is coming loose. Oh, that's zigzagged. That was where I made it smaller before. So one of my first videos I've posted on this channel was how I made these pants smaller. I think that was like 3 years ago. And I was really bad at filming and everything, and even editing. So I don't even think I edited it. And the camera was going like this, and then I would talk about the pants, but you can't see it. And I had a comment on that. Somebody was really angry with me, like, this is the worst video of making pants smaller that I've ever seen. It was so rude, and I felt so bad that I actually took the video off and deleted it completely. But I was like, you could see what I'm trying to say, and I was explaining it okay, but this person was really angry with me. So yeah, sometimes you get some strange people here on YouTube land. But I've also learned not to let it get to me. It's like, okay, I'm so sorry. There's lots of other people you can go and watch. You don't have to watch this, but I'm thankful you did, but you don't have to. So and I apologized or whatever, and then I thought afterwards, that was my first one. I should have left it on so that I can see how much I've grown. I must say, that's one of the things of this YouTube thing. Sometimes people, because they're so far, placemats into small tote bags. Oh, I'm sorry, Becky. It's like it's like people on YouTube sometimes, the viewers, it's like they think it's their right to be mean. I don't know. I just don't get it. But I'm not letting it get to me anymore. In the past, oh wow, it would break me. And now it's just, okay. It's your prerogative. I think it's just outside of my reference frame. I will never be mean, even if it's not completely, yeah, even if it's not completely right or whatever. I might privately send somebody a message and say, "Oh, I saw your video, and that's not so whatever." But I would never do it publicly. Never. I think I've once sent a message where somebody was really off the track, and they were talking about something that could actually harm people. Yeah, but the thing is, we live in a world where so many people feel unheard. And I think this is one of the places where people feel like they can have their voice heard. And then they choose the wrong way of doing it. It's that whole thing of a child behaving badly because they want attention. So I don't engage. Or I might sometimes engage and just, that whole thing in the Bible, it says a kind word turns the fire away. So I try to do that, but some people you can just see they're out to look for trouble. And those types of comments, I just block them. This is my happy space. Nobody has the right to come and pollute it with their negativity. Yeah, it is. But yeah. So that's the story of these pants. They've been on YouTube before. They didn't stay on YouTube. But now we are fixing them. And I will be able to wear them another round. I think my friend also wore them for something like 10 years, and I've been wearing them for 7 years. So it's amazing how long linen lasts, because this was really heavy. I see it's getting a bit thin, and like I said before, there is a short where I darn it with some thick linen behind, or thin linen behind, and yeah, it's got another round of living. So I did that, and it works. Yeah, I read a thing the other day. It was so interesting. I don't know if you know, but 80% of people in the world, especially in the work world, feels like that nobody hears them. And if as an individual, we will just start and really listen to those around us. The person at the counter where you are buying your bread who says, you ask them, how are you? And they say, oh no, I'm having a bad day. Usually it's like, oh, okay, and then walk off. To just say, I'm so sorry you're having a bad day. Is there anything I can do to help you? Or do you want to talk about it? Or, I did it the other day. Somebody was really, you could see she was not having a good day. And I said, are you okay? And she almost started crying. And she said, please don't be kind to me. So I just said to her, here's my number. If you ever want to talk, you can phone me. Luckily, I have two phones, so I can give out the phone that's not really my home number. But yeah, it was just, and she was so thankful. She hasn't phoned me, but she just said, thank you for noticing and thank you for caring. And then that same study that I read, a lot of people, like 50% of people in general, feel like nobody cares. It's really sad that we are in a world where people feel that nobody cares. And so I've made it my mission that whoever I come in contact with must feel God's love, even if I don't say anything, just through the way I behave, and I want people to know that I see them. Because that's the other thing. About 30% of people in the workforce said that they feel unseen. So 80% said they don't feel hurt, and then the rest was like, they feel unseen. And the conclusion is we live in a lonely world, even if we're surrounded by people, because we connect more with our phones than with people. That's so true, Michelle. Kindness costs nothing. Oh, I forget, because I can't get these messages to post. Diane said, if you don't have anything nice to say, keep your mouth shut. That's what I'd like to tell them. And then also Diane, I do understand that. It's something I think to myself. I don't say anything. And then Michelle, you said kindness costs nothing. Yeah. We are almost done unpicking this elastic. I'm totally on a roll here today. The more I work with it, actually no, it is quite good. Let me finish this and then decide if I'm going to use it for something else or on my pants. This thread is so brittle. It's keeping everything together, but if I try and pull it, it just breaks. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's our time is up. Okay, Michelle, thank you. It's always lovely spending an hour with you all. Enjoy the rest of your day and take care. Awesome, you too. So I'm going to say goodbye and finish this on my own time, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. Let me see how my day go. I'll put up on my group thingy again if I'm going to do a live. Otherwise, I might just say I've done my sewing on my own and show a picture. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Bye, Becky. Bye, Ruth. And bye, Michelle. And thanks for everybody. I can't talk. Everybody who spent time here today. I really appreciate it. And also all of these South Africans who came along. It was so nice to see you here. Jan, have a wonderful day and have fun sewing and knitting and doing all the things you want. And also remember to rest. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll just post a photo. I'll let you know. Bye.